Happy Homebrew Wednesday, nerds. It's Wednesday today. I'm going to try and throw down a brew day this afternoon. And I'm doing something I've done before with not very much success, but I think this time it's going to work. I'm going to throw down a beer that has no barley. We're going to do a beer with wheat, base malt, rye, oats, and something new I've never used, crystal rye. Works out to be, I think it's about a 60 Lovabond rye. I don't know, never used it, so I guess we'll find out how that goes. So basically I have a friend that is allergic to barley. Kind of a sissy. He started homebrewing, never really stuck. He does it occasionally. He's got the most ridiculous system though. So maybe if I'm really nice to him, someday he'll just say, you know what, you should just take all my pumps and electricity and all this cool shit. I don't know what I'd do with it, because I'll still stick with my analog bullshit, but I'm going to throw down a beer. We're going camping with those guys on Memorial Day, and I always have beer that I drag down that Val can't drink, so I'm going to throw a keg together of an all-wheat beer. I threw some questions at him yesterday. So we're going to go with the Australian summer hops and a Belgian Saison yeast. And see what happened. Actually, French Saison, I lied. He said a French whirlpool could never be a bad thing, and I think he's probably right. So I'm going to throw that down. And I'm curious to see what happens with this crystal rye. I also grabbed some crystal wheat. They look about the same, like color-wise and stuff. But I think 2 pounds in one batch is probably overkill. So I'm just going to hold on to this crystal wheat for, I don't know, some other day. So I don't know how much of this I'll film, but I'll film some of it later. Alright, so wardrobe change. It's actually the next day because it was too windy to brew yesterday. I'm heating up some water outside. It's shitty, cold, rainy day, but not super windy, so we're going to go with it. Here's a crazy thing. I was milling. The stupid wheat is so hard that it overheated my drill battery. I've never had that happen before. Definitely not with barley. So that's interesting. It was pretty tough sledding. This is just a little 12-volt drill that I have for my mill. But I guess if I go into a career of brewing only wheat beers, I'm going to have to step my game up drill-wise. So hopefully I can just let it cool down and I don't have to sit and let it charge. I don't think it's dead because, it only ran for like 45 seconds before it started to cut out. So hopefully it's just overheating. We'll see. Alright, so I cooled her down, and then it got through the rest of this grain. So that's interesting that wheat is hard enough to, fry out a drill battery. So the crush is here. It is pretty fine. There's really no hulls in there at all. So I have a bunch of rice hulls that I'm going to stir in there. I'm going to prove Grant Baker wrong because he thinks I'm just going to make glue, which is still entirely possible. But I think if I get some rice hulls in this stuff, hopefully I can still drain the mash out. I guess that'll be exciting. We'll find out. Cheers, Grant. All right, I'm about halfway through the mash. I'm just heating up some sparge water. I figured I would give this mash a little stir with melty. Well, there's liquid at the top, so that's good. It doesn't feel, poking around in there, it doesn't feel like oatmeal or concrete or library paste. I'm just going to kind of stir it up, see if I can get a little. The spoon doesn't work as well as it used to, but damn it, I'm not ready to give up on her yet. Oh yeah, this is going to be fine, I think. Maybe, hopefully. We shall see. Give her a little stir. I'm going to let her go another 20 minutes. Just make sure it's all converted, and I don't think there should be a big problem with the wheat being able to convert all this stuff, but a little extra time never hurt anybody. So, yeah, cheers, nerds. Okay, so I just filmed part of the running off of the mash, which is working perfectly, I might add, in time-lapse, which is stupid. So my witty comments is lost to time. I did manage to Vorloff, look at the color, and then pour it into the kettle. So, yep, that's how it works. Not like there's a lot of husks in this anyway, so I think it's all good. But so far, I don't know if this will show, but it's running like a champ. So, who needs barley? Barley's for sissies, man. Okay, little update. It's possible I was a tick premature in my gloating about how well this is running off, because now it's pretty much not. So, I'll figure it out. Not to worry. Alright, so first attempt to fix this. I've blown back through the tube and that stuff. Yeah, no. Grant, you're onto something with this whole glue thing. I can fix this. Not to worry, this beer will work. It's just going to be a pain in the ass. So I have a bucket, I have a grain bag, a brew in the bag. We're going to improvise the shit out of this. Science the shit out of it? I don't know if this is science, but we're going to pretend. Alright, what we're doing here is a modified brew in a bucket system. We're going to see if this works. I don't see why it won't. I basically took the mash, dumped it into this middle bucket that has the bag in it. It's going to work like a damn charm. I just got to get it drained out, and then I've got my sparge water. I'll sparge it either in the same bucket, different bucket. We're going to bucket it. This beer will work. I mean, listen to how fired up they are. Is this what you brew in the bag guys do all the time? This is kind of bullshit, man. It's not super light. Ooh, it's fucking hot. Alright, we're going to the next bucket. Alright. Well, that's not the clearest word I've ever seen in my life, but it's liquid, so that's a bonus. Alright, I'm going to get this done. You don't need to watch this ridiculousness. Alright, so, there we go. There's my new mash tuns, buckets, and a full kettle. I beat it. I burned myself, not bad, some mild burns, but I've won. I've beaten the mash. It's not glue much. Now I gotta boil it. So stay tuned for that. Alright, just as we're starting to come up to a boil, got a real nice mix of rain and ice and snow falling out of the sky. I love spring here. It's such a nice nice season. Beautiful, just gorgeous. Okay, let's fast forward an hour and a half since you last saw us. I beat the mash, I got it run off, I boiled it, it snowed, it rained, it iced, it sleeted. It's a bullshit day outside. But whatever, that's all done. I had to keep the boil kicking pretty high, or the burner on pretty high to keep the boil up enough, but it worked. It's done. So I'm chilling down now to 170, and then I skipped the whole boil. So basically all we did was an ounce of the Australian summer at 60 minutes. It gets us like 25-ish IBUs. So I'm going to chill her down to 170, 160. Drop the last 3 ounces of super delicious smelling Australian summer, and we're just going to whirlpool it for, I don't know, half an hour or so. So I'm going to go stir it with stubby melted spoon and drop some hops. Alright, let's wrap this up. I'm racking off into a fermenter now. Got her chilled down. Took a gravity reading. I'm sitting at like 1045. So the wheat kind of kicked my ass a little bit. I was expecting like a 1054, so I'm a little short. I anti-Janetsky'd this one. which is fine. It's actually for Memorial Day, where we all sit around drinking beer all day, every day for 4 days anyway. So probably not the end of the world. So I'll take 1045. Cause the mash was a fucking nightmare. So I'm sure there was a lot of sugar that went out the door, but you know, what are you gonna do? So I took a little pull of the Vic Secret IPA, the Hop Experiment beer. As you can see, clear as a puddle of fucking mud. But it tastes pretty nice. I'm curious to see what a little time in a bottle does to it. I could tell you things about it, but there'll be plenty of videos coming up to tell you all about this beer, I have a feeling. So that's that. Get that racked. I'm going to put it over in the fermentation chamber at, we're going hot with this one. It's a small beer. So I'm going to start it at like 78, I think, and then I'm going to ramp it from there and probably get it up around 95 by, you know, the end of the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, we'll have her up around 95. Let's let the French Saison kick ass. So that should be cool. I'm going to toss this video off, and I'm going to go watch the rest of the epically good video that Nate put out about the Nairua Marut. I think that's how you say it. That's damn close if it's not right. The Curry Steam Beer collaboration, bunch of awesomeness. So I'm going to finish that video, and then I'm going to pop open a bottle of said Curry Steam Beer that my main squeeze Elder P sent me. So I'm going to pop that open and see what this Thai curry business is all about. So till next time, yeah, do nerds. Here's the pro tip. Don't brew all wheat beers. It's a fucking pain in the ass. I'll do it again, but I'm going to rice hull the living shit out of it next time. I had, you know, maybe a yay much, like a not quite volleyball-sized pile of rice hulls, and it was not enough. So if you're going to do all wheat, I think it could be cool. See how the beer comes out, and if it comes out good, then just invest in some rice hulls. They're fucking cheap. Who cares? Yeah, do nerds.